let's start off talking about the Section 3 Securities and Exchange Act of 1933. So basically, companies that, this is the Rule 1, companies that are incorporated in a state which is within which they're offering securities, where they carry out at least 80% of their business, and they only sell securities to the people within that state, they can qualify for Rule 147 relief, which means they do not have to do a federal offering securities registration. If you're selling securities across state lines, you automatically fall within the federal securities regulations arena. If they're all within state lines and you meet the or the federal Rule 147 securities exemptions, then you are primarily concerned with state securities laws. This is the intrastate offering Rule 147. Let's talk about a concept that's important, and that's accredited investors. Accredited investors are, and here's my accredited investor screen. Accredited investors are individuals that are high net worth individuals and high income or cash flow generating individuals. Specifically, an accredited investor must have net worth, net assets of in excess of $1 million, and that has to exclude any equity in their primary residence. So they can have a lot of real estate, but their primary residence has to be set aside when calculating the net worth, and that net worth must be at least $1 million. You must also, if you're a single individual, meet the income requirement of having $200,000 a year worth of income for the last 2 years in a row. And if you're a married couple, you cannot be an accredited investor unless you have $300,000 worth of joint income for the last 2 years in a row. Now I'm going to go back to the prior screen. There's a Section 4 exemption for private placements, which said, and this is in the 1933 Act, which says that if all of your investors are accredited investors, and if you're raising less than $5 million, and if there is no public solicitation for the stock, no advertisements, then you're going to meet the private placement exemptions. That basically means you can't use the internet, you can't use direct mail, you can't use mail. You can only use the telephone and personal face-to-face meetings to spread the word about the investment that you have. Well, that's a pretty significant restriction if you can't use any kind of media at all. So this is the accredited investor screen